you met the challenge, right? Physically, you broke your opponent again. Everybody contributes in some way. Everyone has a role in this victory. So congratulations, 3 road wins by 20 points or more.
Josh Adams, who gets loose at the line of scrimmage, nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, off of the hands of Phillips and into Drew Tranquils.
What an athletic play into the end zone by EQ.
Measure to the end zone, and it's picked off. Touchdown, Durham Smythe. And now down goes Kai at the worst time possible.
Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan. Losing your starting quarterback is never easy. The Irish knew their entire team needed to play well against North Carolina to pick up their 3rd straight road victory this season over a Power 5 team. And as has been the case in every victory this season, every unit came through in the 33-10 win. The Irish rushed for 300 yards for the 4th time in 2017, with Josh Adams turning in his 4th 100-yard rushing effort of the year, while Dion McIntosh broke the 100-yard barrier for the first time in his career, a game-high 124-yard effort that included 2 long touchdown runs, an effort that earned McIntosh the game ball. Quarterback Ian Book was pretty darn good in his starting debut, running for 45 yards and throwing for 146 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, the defense gave Book and the offense the time they needed to get into gear with another impressive performance, holding the Tar Heels to just 3.8 yards per play and forcing 3 turnovers. With Carolina still in the game, trailing just 16-7 on the first possession of the second half, Julian Okwara set the tone for the rest of the game with a spectacular pass rush that saw him bat a pass in the air and intercept it to set up Notre Dame's first score of the second half.
Tipped ball, and it's intercepted, picked off on the carom. Julian Okwara gets his own deflection, and it's first down in the red zone for Notre Dame.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.
Ian Book did well in his debut, and we'll talk a lot about him, but I want to start with another dominant defensive performance that gave the offense the time it needed to get into a rhythm.
A number of 3 and outs. Our defense really, playing at a high level and taking the football away, giving us opportunities until we kind of settled in and until the whole offense settled in. You're bringing in a new starter. There's new communication on the line, and I think it was pretty telling that when you go on the road, bring a good defense. You bring a good defense, you're going to have a chance to win all your games on the road.
And it also helps to bring with you one of the leading rushing attacks in college football.
That helps too. Certainly our offensive line, our receivers, everybody is committed, our tight ends. And then when you have, Josh Adams, who, arguably one of the best backs in the country right now, averaging close to 9 yards, if not more, per carry, he really is a tone setter about the physicality that you need, and we were able to show that against North Carolina.
Your evaluation of how Ian Book played in his first start?
I thought he was solid. He missed a couple of throws here and there, but a solid performance, made some good throws out of the pocket, made some good decisions, moved our offense. 33 points on the road. We took a knee late there. Certainly could have been more, but I was pleased. He's only going to get better. It was his first real start in college football on the road. Chip Long did a really good job of calling plays to give him the kind of throws that, were quick, could get the ball out of his hands. The rhythm that he got early on, I think, really gave him confidence in everything else that he was doing. So very pleased with what he did.
And you demanded some playmaking from Book. Certainly you didn't hide him when you had him throw on 4th and 1 when you hadn't scored yet.
Yeah, I mean, we put him in a position where, he had to make a play there. I mean, that's not an easy throw, but he did a great job and found the tight end, and we were able to keep the chains moving.
And it was a pretty nice touchdown pass on the rollout to Cam Smith.
Yeah, Cam was his third receiver on the play. We had a tight end that rolls out off of a block. We've got a vertical in the back corner, and then Cam comes in as the third over the top, and he found him as he was moving to the right. And it's a throw that we've kind of worked on with him. He has a tendency to get a little too fast. He slowed up, got his feet set, and made a nice throw.
The defense then followed with its 4th of 9 3-and-outs in the game.
Yeah, again, just the consistency of performance against, North Carolina, who was struggling to find a rhythm offensively, and I think Coach Elko's game plan was to take the run away, force them to throw the football in times when we knew they were going to throw it. And we were able to match our defensive structure with it, and extremely effective.
Midway through the 4th quarter, I thought Drew Tranquill came up with a play that epitomizes your defense this year when he took the ball away.
Yeah, that was a great strip, and it's, again, I know we talk about this all the time, Jack, but we work on that, 3-4 times a week in terms of different tackling and strip drills, and he executed flawlessly, and that's why it's been just such a great transformation to see what Coach Elko's done defensively to get those guys to take the football away.
That's your 14th turnover in 6 games. You forced 14 all of last season.
Yeah, pretty good place to be in. I think last year 26, 27, led the country. Obviously, duplicating that, you could be, tops in the country in terms of taking away the football. That's a great perch to be at.
What pleased you the most about the win over North Carolina?
Well, I think probably, again, and I've talked about this, the mindset of our team that, maybe the production wasn't great in the first half, but we just kept at it. And it was just a matter of time where our guys really believed that they were going to break our opponent. And obviously, controlling the football for 12 minutes in the 4th quarter shows the kind of mindset that this football team has.
Bye week's a week earlier this year. Is this a good time?
Bye weeks are such, I mentioned on one of the call-ins, that I like to marry it up with our midwinter break. That would be the ideal, where the kids are truly off. But they got to go to school this week, and then next week we've got our midwinter break. But we'll take it because, obviously we know we have to refocus on the next 6 weeks, and 5 of the 6 are going to be ranked opponents. We've got some guys banged up. We'll get back and now really focus on the big push.
So from that perspective, with the USC coming in, I mean, you've played a good schedule and you've got big wins, but it goes up a notch consistently. So it does seem from that timing perspective, it's pretty good time.
Yeah, I think so. And, we knew what the schedule looked like, back in January, and knew USC was going to be, a formidable opponent, but it's our rival. We knew Stanford was going to be at the end of the schedule. Navy is Navy. They don't change. So we knew those 3 right there. Playing down in Miami was always going to be a challenge. So, 4 of those 6 haven't changed. North Carolina State beat us last year. We remember that. And of course, Wake Forest has been stingy in everything. Well coached. So, yeah, the circumstances are a little bit different, that these teams are ranked, but we knew that the back half of this schedule was going to be chock full of really good football teams.
Notre Dame has now won 3 consecutive road games against Power 5 teams for the first time since 1974. The Irish did it without starting quarterback Brandon Wimbush, but with the same attacking defense that has now limited its opponents to under 17 points per game, and a rushing attack that now ranks 6th in the nation.
Notre Dame and Carolina ready to meet for the 20th time. Humid day, overcast, could be some showers.
The Irish have announced that they will start redshirt freshman Ian Book at quarterback today.
I'm excited to see this kid spin it.
You go out and do your job. You celebrate with your teammates for 4 quarters. And then in 3.5 hours, we'll come back in here and we'll do what we need to do. Has everybody got that?
Here comes the redshirt freshman Ian Book. How much will they put on his shoulders today? Play action for Ian Book. Looking end zone. That's an Irish touchdown. Cameron Smith as Ian Book throws his first Notre Dame touchdown.
19 for North Carolina, 7-0 Notre Dame. Quarterback breaks away.
Brought down 5 yards shy of a first down. Niles Morgan popped him.
2nd and 10 for Notre Dame. Ian Book, hands off. Notre Dame runs and breaks it into open field, and on the run is Josh Adams. Will they catch him? They will not. He goes in. 73-yard touchdown run. 14-0 Notre Dame. Carolina driving. Ball on the field. Ball up for grabs. Notre Dame picks it up. Notre Dame's Tyler Newsome.
And this will roll down inside the 2-yard line. Down to the 1. And now they'll try and run it out of the end zone out of a spread set and take a safety. Notre Dame is now on top, 16-7.
Hey, keep on it now. I mean, 51 plays we ran on offense. 51, okay? 51 plays. You duplicate that, you know what's going to happen. We have no breaking points. We're going to break down. Don't give them any reason to breathe and believe that they can beat you. Break them. Break them. Have a dominant mindset. Defense. Get the ball back.
Tipped ball, and it's intercepted. Picked off on the carom. Julian Okwara gets his own deflection. That was big time.
It'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt by Notre Dame's Justin Yoon. And it is good. And Notre Dame does build a lead now to 19-7.
Niles Morgan stayed home and made the tackle on Chaz Surratt. It'll be a 3-and-out.
Here's the shotgun snap to Book. Handoff straight ahead. Running inside the 20, inside the 10, and heading home. Deion McIntosh. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Talk about getting back to your DNA. Back-to-back runs, just like that.
And this Notre Dame team looks as fresh as they did in the first quarter.
3rd and 15 for Carolina. Line to gain is the Carolina 35-yard line. Notre Dame in command. Here's a big rush.
4-man rush comes straight through. No chance for Surratt.
9-yard line.
Number of hits and hard hits on Surratt. Man, has he taken a beating today.
The sense that I got was that we were going to be stingy defensively today.
Surratt into the end zone. Broken up. Sean Crawford knocks it away for Notre Dame, and now it's 4th and goal.
Rain falling hard now in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
McIntosh again. Breaks the tackle. Gets to the outside. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Big time.
You see it right there. He doesn't care how good a defense they played. He wants them to finish.
On the way down, he lost the football. And Notre Dame gets a takeaway with 7:10 remaining.
Here is a handoff, and look at this man go. Deion McIntosh having a career out here today.
You know, we don't have to be dropping back and throwing the football. We can run the football and be patient because we're going to wear you down.
And that will be it. And the Irish beat North Carolina 33-10.
Built so physical, built to break you down, built to break the will of your opponent over 4 quarters.
And that's dominating the football team.
You met the challenge, right? Physically, you broke your opponent again. Everybody contributes in some way. Everyone has a role in this victory. So congratulations, 3 road wins by 20 points or more. Game ball did a great job. Came in when it was asked to step up for us, ran hard, ran physical. Deion McIntosh.
Irish left tackle Mike McGlinchey could have gone to the NFL after last season, but he felt he had unfinished business here at Notre Dame. Taking the field this season as only the 22nd two-time captain in Notre Dame football history, McGlinchey is helping lead an offensive line that has given up just 9 sacks in 6 games while opening holes that have resulted in Irish runners averaging 6 yards per carry. These contributions have earned Mike the right to run the Inside Notre Dame Football 60-second drill one final time.
First car you ever drove?
2000 Chrysler Town & Country minivan.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
My karaoke abilities.
Player on the team most like you.
Hunter Bivin.
Get up early or sleep in.
Get up early.
Favorite food?
French fries.
One thing you always hear from Coach Heastand at practice.
Do your job.
Which is better, a pancake block, a blitz pickup, or a long pocket protection?
Pancake block.
Toughest player to block on Notre Dame?
Jay Hayes.
Best singer on the team?
Me.
Best dancer on the team?
Brandon Wimbush.
Best dresser on the team?
Brandon Wimbush.
Worst dresser on the team?
Me.
Best comedian on the team?
Hunter Bivin.
Best comedian on the coaching staff?
Coach Alexander.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
The guys in the locker room.
Mike McGlinchey, you have completed the 60-second drill in Inside Notre Dame Football.
All right.
It's another week where the list of candidates for selection as the Notre Dame Ticket Exchange Vivid Seats Play of the Week is long. Once again, running back Josh Adams gets the honor. His 73-yard touchdown run in the second quarter gave the Irish a 14-0 lead and put Notre Dame in control of what had been a close contest. Control the Irish never gave up over the final 42 minutes of the game.
Notre Dame runs and breaks it into open field, and on the run is Josh Adams inside the 40 and the 30 and the 20. Will they catch him? They will not. He goes in. 73-yard touchdown run.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Kelly. If you would like to ask Coach Kelly a question for his TV or radio shows, all you have to do is log on to UND.com and scroll down to click on Ask Coach Kelly on the main page. This week's question comes from Ray Giese Jr. of Fostoria, Ohio. Coach, why do you always choose to receive the ball on kickoff?
Percentages of, from an offensive perspective, the team that scores first has the highest percentage of winning. There are slight occasions that I'll defer depending on what the weather conditions are, but it's the percentages of first score and the chance for win that has influenced that decision.
The Irish are off this coming weekend, meaning they have 2 weeks to get ready for the renewal of what many believe is the #1 rivalry in college football. USC will visit Notre Dame for a night game on October 21st. As we speak, the ranked Trojans are 5-1 after beating Oregon State 38-10 in Los Angeles on Saturday.
We're going to go out there with the same kind of attention to detail and playing smart and really focused on what's important, great attitude. So I don't think that's really going to change. Look, players got to make plays, and big performances. But when we get to the games, I think our standard has been set in terms of the way we're going to play, what our mindset is, and then we've got to go out and make plays when plays are needed.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. We will also be off next week, but we will return in 2 weeks to break down all the highlights of the 89th meeting between Notre Dame and USC. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish!
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.